Welcome back to my channel again. This is Prof. Wen, isang doktor, isang professor, and today I'm going to give you a lesson about the blood vessels. So we know that when we speak of blood vessels, we are referring to the blood vessels on how the blood travels through the body. So, yan. We have the arteries and the veins. So these arteries and the veins, these are the two basic types of the blood vessels. So yan, veins. Veins has outer layer, smooth muscle, and a layer and valve. And whereas artery also has outer layer, smooth muscle, elastic layer, and inner layer. So when we speak about veins, so that carry blood back to the heart, and arteries also, well, arteries carry blood from the heart out to the rest of the body. So that's the difference between the arteries and the veins. Now let's go to the basic. Okay. So to the basic. So we have basic blood vessel structures. So we have the three layers that made up the walls of the blood vessels. So first layer, as you see in the pictures, you have the outermost layer, and that is what we call it as tunica externa, from the word externa. So this is made up of mostly collagen fibers that stretch. It also has nerve in it. So, ayan. So when it comes to the middle layer, and that is what we call is it as tunica media. So this tunica media is elastic fiber and smooth muscle are present. So tunica media. So the innermost layer naman is the tunica intima. This actually tunica intima, it has endothelial cells which control how things enter and exit the bloodstream. This is the picture of the tunica externa, tunica media, and tunica intima. So as you see in the illustration, veins, that is a blood enters venule, carry carbon dioxide and trash, or the super tiny veins. The venule discharges into bigger veins, which ultimately empty into the heart. Then, compared to the arteries, veins have thinner walls. To stop backflow from veins, feature flaps of tissue, and this is what we call the valve. Now let's go to the superior vena cava. Okay, this is actually the superior vena cava allows the blood to exit the top of the body. So, meaning an oxygenated blood that comes from the upper extremities, will enter into the right atrium by way of this superior vena cava. What is the function then of the brachiocephalic veins? So, brachiocephalic veins actually converge to form this substantial blood artery. That is brachiocephalic vein. And the blood is pumped into the right atrium from its base. So if there is superior vena cava, so we have already also the inferior vena cava. So what's then the functions of the inferior vena cava? This inferior vena cava, uh, the blood that comes from the lower extremities will pass to the inferior vena cava to go to the right atrium. So inferior vena cava is actually the passageway of the blood from the lower extremities to the right atrium. Now, as the heart beats, the blood moves through the major artery. Now, as the heart beats, the blood moves through major arteries before continuing into arterioles. And arterioles actually, which are comparative smaller arteries. So they are the smaller arteries. Okay. And atherosclerotic arteries have strong muscular walls made of dense layer of smooth muscle and elastic tissue, which enable them to alter in diameter in response to pressure change. See, we have the aorta, the base of the aorta, and the aortic arch. So the aorta starts at the base of the left ventricle of the heart, where the aortic valve allows blood to enter. Ayan. And then the left lung root is crossed by the aortic arch as it moves backward and downward to feed the thorax and belly with the blood. So, aorta is actually the largest artery in the body. A thoracic aorta. This thoracic aorta is a section of the aorta and the largest artery in the body within the chest. So, the great vessels that divide the chest from the bile, the diaphragm is located at the end of the thoracic aorta, which begins after the arc of the aorta. For the abdominal aorta, through a number of branches, this abdominal aorta feeds blood to much of the abdominal cavity. As it descends, the branches get smaller in diameter and it divides into two common iliac arteries and its terminal part, which serves the pelvis and the lower limbs. We will end up first in this part, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, I hope you learned a lot regarding the cardiovascular system, blood vessels. And this is the series 1 for the blood vessels, and I will upload the series 2 later on. And guys, please don't forget to like, share, comment for this blog. And if you are first time watching in this blog, please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell so that you will be notified for my next blog. Thank you very much and God bless you.